Thursday afternoon. I've ironed on my new badge to my jacket at long last. I can almost smell the history in the air. Should we go and find it? Come on! Right then, we've been searching. We've been here for a couple of hours actually. I've had nothing of consequence to film, if I'm honest. But we've just had this. Can you see it? A little shiny edge. Now, I can't see much on it. I think button. What do you guys think? Let's have a focus in. What do we reckon? Let's have a go. Shiny edge and a shank and a button. Well, it was worth a try, wasn't it? Another button. What do we reckon that is then? Some form of leaf. It was very, very black. Snapped off there. Bit of decoration of something, isn't it? Quite what, I don't know. Give it a clean up at the ranch. For those of you that've seen The Godfather, I mean, wow. Look at the size of that. It can't have been a full-size model. It weighs a ton, mind you, so I guess it's full of mud. We'll clean that up. That's lovely. Do you like it? No. Oh, it's off one there. I'm sorry. It's nice, isn't it? I thought it was a chest piece to start with. Yeah, I like that. Cool. Big old penny. Simplex loves a penny. King, not a queen. Should be able to date that later. Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Here he is. Excellent. No coin, coin or button. But no coin, coin or button. Sing, it's a coin. It's one of them ones. It's quite thick. Hello. Is that a threepenny bit? Yeah, I think so. We'll have a look at that later, shall we? Another coin. Another coin. Quality. A penny. A penny. And that is the king. Ah, that should clean up nicely. They are the size of dinner plates. I mean, you really could. Certainly have your starter off of that bloody thing, couldn't you? Hello, sir. Welcome aboard. Little lead token come up. It's a little patterned one. Don't think there's anything on that side. We'll clean it up at the ranch and have a look. But we have these pretty much every time now, don't we? Especially on this field. Gotta love this field, really have. Lovely. Thimble, 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 thimble. I'm gonna write a song, I'm gonna call it Thimble. Thimble, thimble, thimble. Quite old because it's rounded and not flat. Not bad, not bad. Now the last two holes, one there and one a couple of feet away that I didn't film, have thrown up interesting things. This has just come out of this hole. That was obviously intentionally shaped at some point. I mean, that's not something that just happens, is it? There's a hole there. I mean, is that the leg of something? The leg of a pot, or? I would have said it was lead. I do not know. We'll give that a clean up at the ranch, see if we can get any identity off of that. And this thing. Hollow. Shaped. Copper maybe? I mean, we'll give them a clean up. They may end up in the scrap bucket, unidentifiable, but they're interesting nevertheless. We'll give them a clean up and we'll have a look back at the ranch, shall we? Go in. It's round and disc shaped. What have we got? Feels like a penny. Well, it's penny size. Quite thick, so I don't think it's old. We've got a king or a queen. What have we got? I don't know. I don't know. We'll have a look there. It's fairly thin, I suppose. Hang on, let's give it a quick field clean. It's a Victoria. You can just about hear the church bells in the background. They're ringing out because our Prince Philip died yesterday, so the bells are having a ring out in honour of him. 99, man and a good innings, bless him. Queen Victoria, young head, penny. Should be able to get a date off of that. Victorian, weird Victorian-ish double-sided button thing. Another 3 foot. I reckon it's Roman. Not much left on it. It's completely toasted. I mean, they do put so many fertilisers and sprays and God knows what else in this field, being an orchard, and it has been for years. So obviously the ground is so full of chemicals that these things don't last very long. Don't think we're going to get anything off of that. But just the size, the weight. I'm fairly confident we got a Roman. Toasted Roman. Nothing on it. There you go. Still some history. We've had a king. We've had a queen. We've had a Roman. And what would make a full set? Hammered. Hammered. Not silver, looks like one of them little rose farthings. But I would have said we have a hammered. A little bit of silver and we've got a full set today. Happy, happy days. Woo! Another penny. Who's that? That's another king. And this Victoria's growing a beard. Quite thin, quite battered. Hello, sir. Woo! We can probably hear it tipping down now. And I thought it was a token or a button because he got a lump on there. I thought, okay, and I was just about to throw it away, and I turned it over. And so, is that a ring? What's that? Oh, hello. Hello. Let's have that right back. Let's give that a click. Oh, look. What way up does that go? There can't be another one. I can't find two in. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's me complete. We've had kings, we've had hammered, we've had Roman, and now we've got a seal. Hello. I can't make out what it is. Oh, there's somebody walking the dog. Hello. Right, I'm going to go. I'm getting out of this rain. I am so happy. Look at that. Magnificent. It's raining. I've had a cup of tea and I've got me wet weather on. I'm feeling it now. I can't read what that says. Clean up, back of the ranch. Is that maple leaf? but it worked far down. We shall clean it up back at the ranch. Roger gang, we're back at the ranch. We're going to have a quick fly through and see what we found this week. Umpteen coins, Victorian, Georgie, the old threepenny bit. Quite a few buttons this week, nothing exciting on that, but that one was quite nice. That was an unexpected one. I thought it was a small croaky bell when it first came out. It was all dark and horrible. Once I cleaned it up, we can just see it's a Royal Artillery Officers button, originally brass, and that's from either World War One or Two. I mean, they're fairly generic. It's a nice thing though. I think it's the first one of those I got. The leaf, couldn't identify that. It was a bit of old black lump when it first turned up here, and it's not really got much better. I can't grab anything on that. Now that's one of the lead lumps that we discussed on the video. If I put it up there, I think you can see it's moulded that way. I think it's supposed to sit. I think it's somebody sitting side saddle, and that this is the skirt, and that's obviously where the body was there. I mean, it's going to go into the scrap pile. There's not a lot I can do with it, but I think that's what it was. I think that's somebody's skirts, and that was a figure that was sitting side saddle on a horse or a cart or something. Now, speaking of horses, look at the size of this. Now that must have come off of something. That must be mounted onto something. I mean, it's pretty solid. It's a big old lump. Can you imagine a toy horse? I mean, if that was to scale, can you imagine a toy horse that big? But yeah, it's going to take a Superman to lift it to play with it. I mean, a toddler's not going to be able to play with it. Somebody small's not going to be able to play with it. Still, it's a nice thing. His ear rolls are gone, but apart from that, it's all right. Lead seal, nothing exciting about that. The hammock we found. Now this is interesting. I thought it was just one of those rose farthings, but we've done some investigating into it. And I've actually discovered that it's a Thomas Johnson farthing from 1650. Now, Thomas Johnson was a grocer, I believe, that used to be connected to the manor house that was in a place called Sturry, which is about 5 miles from where I am right now. So that is just absolutely great. That is. I could not be more local to my own history with that. I'm really pleased with that. It's a stunning find. Talking of stunning finds, as you can see, I've got my other seal. I'm trying to get this focused for you. Make sure I get it the right way up and get it focused, Lee. That would help, wouldn't it? There we go. It goes that way round, and it's really, there's a bit of light there. Can you see that? It's kind of a dancing jester. If I could draw, I might send it to my brother and get him to draw it for you, because he can actually draw. I have done a print of it, which is there, but we see that. I think that's there we go. Do we see that? I can't figure out what the writing says around the edge of it. A little bit more cleaning, but I've been in touch with my local fines liaison officer out there, and a few other bits, to be quite honest. So that's good. Apparently it's quite rare because it's got a cartwheel back. You see that? Those lead struts went all over it to support the glass. It's not coral, it is glass. So it's Georgian. It was on a fob. It used to hang from a belt or on a chain. But we haven't managed to trace the owner yet. Maybe the fines liaison officer can have a bit of luck when they get back to me, and that would be interesting. Last but not least, it's that lot again. It's the Canadians. Should we have a little chat about them? Let's have a little chat about the Canadians. Righto gang, we'll have a quick chat about the Canadians. You get quite a few of the military stuff that's Canadian over in these fields. When World War I broke out, Canada, quite a big country, had a standing army of 3,000 militiamen. That's all they had. And these militiamen, they did 16 days training a year. Not really a great fighting force. So once the war broke out, which they were obliged to join being an overseas territory, they didn't really have a lot of choice. A lot of them just jumped to it and they signed up. God bless them, good on them. they came over here in their droves. In the end, well, by the end of the war, there was 600,000 Canadians here, and passing through on the way to the Flanders fields and all of that. So they come over here untrained and a bit green, and so for 4 months we made them camp on Salisbury Plain, which is where the big military base is, and that's where, you know, that's where they all go and do their training. They do it to this day now. We put them on there in the middle of the winter. It rained for 80 days out of 100, and we lost a lot of them to a virulent form of meningitis, so that wasn't very good, bless them. In the end, a lot of them went to a place called Shorncliffe, which is just around the coast from where I am now. Ta-da, you see it? It's a bit tatty, cat badge. There was 66,000 odd at Shorncliffe, and they integrated into society and everything else. They brought with them quite a few burglars, so there was house break-ins and stuff went up. A few venereal diseases went up because all the local girls, you know, like the accent and all that business. But the locals also thought to themselves, well, hang on a minute, we can make some money here. So all the shopkeepers and stuff, if they knew you had a bit of a twang, bit of an accent, they put their prices up, and all of the landladies and landlords put their prices up. So a lot of Canadians went, oh, sod that, and they came over to my neck of woods, which is how come a lot of them ended up based in Canterbury. I mean, they would work from Folkestone and stuff, and do all their parades and stuff there, but they would stay over in Canterbury, round by me, and hence the fact they left a lot of their trinkets behind. God bless them. They used to put on shows for the locals in Folkestone, and they had a bit of a hoo-ha because, you know, you're trying to keep all these troops entertained, but the locals were very, very religious, and they didn't want anything happening on a Sunday and all of this business, so they thought, well, sod it, we do it ourselves. They even held a beauty parade where all of the contestants were serving Canadian male soldiers, and they all went with the full business, right in the middle of the town, full makeup, all that business. So there you go, it all goes on. Unfortunately, a lot of them, after they were here, went out to Flanders, and not a lot of them actually came back. So that's quite sad. But that's how come we got a lot of the Canadian memorabilia in the fields around here. Right. Well, thanks for watching. Sorry about any background noise that you could hear. Our Mrs. Wife is in a meeting. See you all on the next one. There you go. Have a good one.